Yo guys, this is GhoUL and welcome to your 6 C++ programming tutorial. I'm about to warn you that this video is going to be pretty lengthy because we are going to talk about a lot of things in here, okay? Um, so let's get started. I'm going to get started with increment decrement operator, and later on in this video I'm going to cover loops, okay? And we will talk about different kind of loops, but for now let's get started with increment decrement operator. So there you go. I have written a very basic program for you which prints 1 as an output. So there you go. I should run the program at least once for you, okay? Because it was hard to make it. See, it printed 1 very nice, okay? And what I'm going to do is to show you what increment decrement operators does and how to use it. To use an increment decrement operator, or I will get started with plus increment operator, okay? So this is a basic increment operator. It's called pre-increment operator because it's added before x, okay? So what this pre-increment operator does it is it first of all it will read the statement. C++ will read the statement. It will see, okay, plus x, so first it will increase the value of x by 1, okay, and then it will run the statement. That's what pre-increment operator does, okay? So as you can see, C++ when it reaches this line, it reads this plus x, and it's like, okay, now x is equals to 2, okay, and after that it's going to run this statement. So the output will be equals to 2, as you can see over here. You see, the output of this was 2, okay, and let's suppose I use the post increment operator, okay, and what do you think will be the output now? As you can guess, since the pre-increment operator, it actually first increased the value of x, then ran the statement. Post-increment operator does the opposite. It first runs the statement. It will first run this statement, this line, and then it will increase the value of x. So it's going to print 1. Okay, and you might be thinking right now, what if the value of x was not increased? So I'm going to do this in another line, okay? Um, x, so you can see the value of x was actually increased after this line was executed, and it's going to print 2 in the second line. There you go, you're a pro in increment decrement operators. Now you understand it. The decrement operator is just the opposite of increment operator. All you need to do is use two minus signs along with x, and I will show you once, okay? It's not a big deal, you can understand. What is this thing going to print? As you can guess, it's going to print, since I used a post decrement operator, it's going to decrease the value of x after it runs the statement. So first, in first line it will print 1, and in second line it's going to print 0. As you can see, this is what happened. So now without wasting any time, let's get started with loops, okay? So pay attention here, guys. There are two kinds of loops, okay? Pay close attention to this, okay? There are two kinds of loops, okay? The first kind of loop, what it does is, you can think of loop as an if statement, okay? Like an if statement, it holds a code, okay? But it will run the code only and only if, like if statement, it will run the code if the conditions are met, okay? But the catch is it will keep running the code again and again and again till the conditions are being satisfied, okay? So you will need to find a way to exit the loop, okay? It's up to you if you can figure out a way to exit the loop, to make your program make your loop exit. So that's where you will have to use your brains. That's where you'll have to focus, okay? So let's get started. The first kind of loop, what it does is it tests for the conditions at the start, okay? And if the tests are met properly, it's going to run the program, okay? It's going to run the loop, okay? So uh, and what the second kind of loop, what it does is it tests the loop, tests the conditions afterwards, okay? So it's what is the going, okay? Let's clear up, fresh up your mind, okay? Fresh up your mind. I'm going to say this one more time. Okay, so the let's start with loops, okay? There are two different kinds of loops. First is the one which tests the conditions at the start, okay? And it will run the loop only and only if the conditions are met, okay? And the second kind of loop is what it does is it tests the conditions at the end. Okay, so it is going to, since it tests the conditions at the end, it is going to run the loop at least one time because it tests the condition at the end. So that's the difference between two loops. Okay, so the second kind of loop is actually pretty much not very useful. It is not used that much, but we are still going to discuss this in this video. So let's get started. The first kind of loop which I talked about, which tests the value at the start, tests the condition at the start. There are two such loops, okay, for and while. So let's get started with the for, because this is one of the most common loops used. So this is how you write a for statement. Okay, I'm going to explain. First I'm going to write the for loop, and then I'm going to explain each and every part to you. um, there you go, our for loop is almost ready, and all I need to do is to write the code in this parenthesis like we did for if and or something else like that. So there you go. I'm going to do is, all I'm going to do is see out x endl. There you go, our program, our loop is ready. Okay, so what this loop does is it will go over here. Okay, this first part, the for loop has three sections. Okay, this first section, it's going to be read only once time. Okay, only first time. Okay, and as you can see, an integer x was initialized in the first section, and that's what we mostly do in the for loop. We initialize an integer. The second thing, the second, since I told you already, it tests the condition at the start. Okay, so it's going to test it. This is a test. Okay, as you can see, since you will need to add a value to x. Okay, and since initially x is equals to 1 and 1 is less than equal to 5. Okay, the conditions were met, so now it won't go to this. Okay, it will go here and print the value of x, and then it will go to here. Okay, and now our loop is complete. Okay, and then again it will test for the condition. It won't go to this again, it will go to this thing, this part of the loop, and it will test the condition one more time, and then it will go to the body of the loop. It will run the statements inside, and then it will go to this part again, that is increment. So as you can see, since how many times do you think it's going to print x now? Okay, as you can see, since initially x was equals to 1 and 1 is less than equals to 5, it's going to print 1, and then it will get increased from here. It will become 2, and 2 is still less than equals to 5. So it will, the program is going to keep executing until 2 becomes until x becomes greater than 5. Okay, so this program is going to run till x is till the point x is equals to 5, till the point x becomes equals to 5, and it won't run after the x becomes greater than 5. Okay, it will exit the loop. So it is going to run how many times? You can count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, and for the fifth time, when x becomes equals to 5, that will be it, and it's going to run 5 times. You can count it on the finger. So we can try running this program in here. As you can see, it printed out the numbers very well: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 5 different uh, lines. So our next loop is the while loop. It also tests for the conditions at the start, and then it will only execute the loop if the conditions are met. So let's suppose I will create a similar program, the similar program with the while loop. Okay, in this there is no scope of initializing the variables inside the brackets. It's just like if. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I would need to initialize the variable before. So I created the variable int x, and I will do this x less than equals to 5, and in I will give the x a value, okay, equals to 1. Now uh, see out x endl. There you go, our loop is completely ready. It's going to print x how many times? How many times do you think it's going to print x, right? um it's simple. Initially the value of x is equals to 1. It will go here, it will test it, and it will see, okay, 1 is less than equal to 5, so let's print 1. Okay, and it will go back to the while loop again, and it will see the x is still equals to 1, so it will keep running the loop again and again and again, because x is not being increased. Okay, x is always going to be less than equal to 5, because x is constant, that is equals to 1. We are not tampering the value of x, so the loop is going to run infinite times, as you can see here. You can see it will continuously keep on printing 1, and it's pretty much useless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a different way of doing this. Do you remember I used that thing, x plus plus x plus plus? Yeah, we can use that over here too, like this. But I'm going to show you a different way of increasing the value of x by 1. Okay, that is x plus equals to 1. Yes, you can increase the value of x by 1 you are using this thing. Okay, by x plus equals to 1, this is a syntax. You can also increase the value of x by 2 by using x plus equals to 2 or something like that, so it doesn't matter. So this is a way to increase the value of x by 1, and now the loop is going to run 5 times. How? Because initially x is equals to 1, and it's going to test, okay, 1 is less than equals to 5, perfect. And then it will print 1 from here over here, and then it will go over here and increase the value of x by 1, and then it will go back to this loop, and it will test it again, and it will be like, okay, x is equals to 2, 2 is still less than equals to 5. It will run the code again. So how many times it's going to run it? It will run it till x becomes equals to 5 finally. So it will print see out when x becomes 4 over here. Okay, let's suppose x became 4 over here, so it will become x plus equals to 1. Now x became 5, and it will go over here, and it will see, okay, 5 is still equals to 5, so it is satisfying the condition. So it will print C out x for the last time. It will print C out I mean, it will print 5, as x will be equal to 5 at the last time, and then it will become 6. Okay, and now the condition won't be met. 6 is not less than equals to 5. 6 is greater than 5, so it will exit the loop, and it will print up to 5 numbers, 1 2 3 and 4 and 5 in 5 different lines. There you go, our program worked perfectly fine. And now I'm going to build this program. No, I'm not going to build this program. I'm going to do something unique with a different kind of loop that tests the condition at the last. Okay, so this is the do while loop. Okay, it always tests the condition at the right. All you need to do is use a do while loop is do this and type the code in here, that is equals to C out equals C out, what I'm doing, C out x, and there you go, and write while over here, and write the test over here, x equal to 10, and don't forget to write the semicolon over here. It's important. While using do while you need to use semicolons in here. Okay, and as you can see, the test won't be satisfied. Okay, since 1 is not equal to 10, the test will fail, but still loop will run one time, because it's the conditions are being tested at the last. Okay, conditions are being tested at the last, since it's do while loop. As I told you in the beginning of the video, since it's do while, it's going to run the loop at least once, even if the conditions are not being met. Okay, so there you go, I'm going to run this program, and it is going to print 1. So as you can see, it works very fine. So this is it for the in this video, and thank you for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And in next video, what we'll be doing is random number generators, and we will do something cool, because we haven't done something cool in a very long time. So we'll create a small game, a casino game. So be ready, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and share one more time. Thank you.